Hello and welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to a new video of mine. Today's video is something slightly different. It's going to be my top tips and tricks for you if traveling to Orlando, Florida. This video I am so excited to finally get around to filming. So we have 5 weeks to go until we travel to Florida, and each week I'm going to put out a video that may help you if it's your first time going or you've been before. It is still good advice. I think everyone that goes just picks up on different things that they will do next time. It's been over 2 years since we was last in Florida. It was our last official holiday before the pandemic. We were there in May of 2019. So these tricks that I'm giving you today are what I picked up on from a first timer. This video I want to kind of make it like something I would have liked to have seen and watched before going for our first time. There's quite a few like money saving tips, things that you might not think of. There's so many things to book on this holiday. It can just get very overwhelming. There's a lot to think about, so if you can just pick up some handy tips before going, I think this would be really beneficial for you. So I don't think this video would be appropriate without a pair of Disney ears. I'm going to put on my lovely sparkly pink ones that I picked up in Primark. I hope this video can help someone that's thinking of going or is going and it's their first time. Let's get started in today's video. Starting off with tip number 1. This is something that we picked up off my auntie and uncle who are regular Orlando visitors, and it is the Universal Studios Hotel Express Pass hack. If you stay in one of the 3 Universal Studios hotels, you are entitled to express passes on the day you check in till the day you check out. They are valid. If you stay for 1 night at one of these hotels, you are entitled to 2 days fast passes per person. This can save you a lot of money. For example, if you're just going to the parks anyway and you were planning on getting the express pass, you might as well book a night in the hotel because you're going to save the money and you're going to get the opportunity, the experience to stay in one of the amazing, incredible hotels. So for example, it will cost you around £300 to £400 a night to stay at one of these hotels. An express pass for one person is $109 for 1 day. So if you add it up already, 2 people, a couple, you're paying $109 each a day. That's over $400 just in express passes, and that's all you're getting, the express pass. You might as well stay the night in the hotel and get the express pass, if you know what I'm saying. Tip number 2, this leads on from number 1, for all us UK Florida goers. If you collect your club card points at Tesco is partnered with hotels.com, so you can trade in your club card vouchers and it triples in value. So if you have the total of £5, when you put that towards a hotel, it triples, so that's £15 off your stay. Now the Hard Rock Hotel in Universal Studios is on this hotels.com website. I hope this is making sense. So for example, we've done it. I'll explain how we did it. We used our club card vouchers that we've been totaling up over a couple of years. We used that to get money off our hotel stay at Universal Studios at the Hard Rock. So the night was probably going to be about £400, and we managed to save over £200 of our hotel stay. So that is a massive saving in itself. As well, if you stay in these hotels, they give you early park access before the general public come in. So you are in the park a whole hour before anybody else is let in. I think it's worth it. We did it last time and it made such a difference. If you're contemplating getting an express pass, let me tell you, when I say we was walking onto rides, we was walking into the queue, on the ride and off the ride like immediately. Express passes really make a difference. So it's worth looking into if you want to, if it's in your budget. If not, you'll still have an amazing time. Tip advice number 3, villa over hotel. I can't speak for the people that stay in a hotel as we only did the villa last time, but I would recommend personally from my experience, if there are more than 2 of you going, I would recommend staying in a villa. Your experience is just gonna be, well, I will tell you why I recommend staying in a villa, and then obviously it's down to personal choice. For me, staying in a villa gave us the comfort of just being able to relax, completely chill. You have your own kitchen, obviously a fridge, like a big fridge to store food in, snacks in. You have an entire house, so there's so much room. Not only that, I think every single villa in Florida comes with a pool, so you have your private, that's yours. You're not sharing it with anybody. I personally think staying in a villa is just much more relaxing, much more comfortable. You can still get, like, you don't have to cook. You're on holiday, you don't need to do that. You can order takeaway, you can get food out, you can go to restaurants just like you would in a hotel. As well, staying in a villa when there's more of you, the price is going to be like reduced massively, like shared between you all. You're gonna be saving a lot of money, whereas if you was in hotel rooms, you're gonna be paying a lot more if you're going as a group. Actually, if it's just the 2 of you going, if it was just me and Kyle, we would definitely be staying in a hotel because that would just be a lot more cost effective. This leads me on as well to tip number 4, which is Uber over hire car. Now, when in Orlando on holiday, it's very normal to just get Ubers everywhere. So literally an Uber from your hotel to a park, from your villa to a park, to a restaurant. It's just like it is here in the UK. When we last went, we had a hire car. It was great because we had so much freedom. The price for the hire cars back in 2019 were very reasonable. Now looking at going this time round, hire cars are extortionate. The price has gone through the roof. Another thing you have to think about if you get a hire car is the cost of parking at the park. Now you might think, I paid for my ticket, like that is so much money that I've already spent. But unfortunately, if you're driving to the parks, you're gonna then have to pay for a car park ticket to get in. And when we was there, it was $25 a day, no matter what you're paying. So that's something to factor in. If you however got an Uber, it might cost you $30 in a trip to get there. You're not then going to pay the $25 of parking. So it's something to weigh up. This time around, we're going to be sharing a hire car with my sister and her boyfriend, so the cost will be split and the parking will be split. If you're unsure whether to do an Uber or not, because you might be staying in a villa a little bit far out, you can actually go on your app now in the UK and you can put in the villa where you're staying or the hotel, and you can like make a trip to the park and you can see how much it's going to cost you. So when you're thinking about it, thinking about booking, you could try to do that and then see if it's worthwhile, if it's what you want to do. Something else to think about is, whereas like in the UK we obviously have like an alcohol limit when driving, it's 0 tolerance in America. So it's not like you can be like, oh, I'll drive and I'll have 1 beer, like it's nothing. So it's something to think about. If you want to have a drink like when going out for a meal, you might want to get Uber instead. My tip number 5 for you is, when in the park, obviously the weather out there is very hot and you're gonna want to drink a lot. It's expensive when buying drinks in the park. You might not want to keep buying bottles of water. In the Disney and the Universal Studios parks, water is for free, so you can take a reusable bottle with you and you can fill it up at the drink station, which is a lifesaver. That's brilliant. If you might want a bit more of a sugary drink, a fizz, a Coca-Cola, whatever, they have freestyle machines and you can get reusable cups. So these start as a one-off of $17.99. That's the first payment, and then every day after that, when you've got the cup, you just go up to these kiosks and you pay $10.99 to use it every day at the freestyle machines. We all know what kind of drinks the freestyle machines have, literally every soda in the world. You got plenty of choice there. Tip number 6 for you is to look out for offers on the park for going away. For example, follow them on Instagram, keep up to date with their like social media, their website, see if they're promoting any offers. For example, we are going to Discovery Cove. We booked that when we saw an offer come up on their Instagram page, which gave us something crazy. I think it was like 30% off the day, which meant we saved a lot of money. That is a tip that I would recommend. Just keep an eye out on like throughout the year. Tip number 7 is a personal one to us. So we are currently in Manchester, but we are flying from Gatwick in London. Now that's a 4-hour car journey. Not something I want to be doing on the day of our flight, especially it's in the morning. So we have booked a hotel stay at Gatwick Airport. I would recommend this, right, because in the morning you do not want to be stressing about traffic, missing your flight, checking in, waiting in queues. So if you could already be at the airport the night before, you might as well. Like, you've spent so much money on this holiday already. Like £100 on a night in the hotel is not much in comparison to the whole holiday. Like, if you were to miss it because you missed that flight because of traffic, like, you do not want to be messing with London traffic on the M25 in the morning of your flight, let me tell you. So my advice, tip number 8, you needn't to get an ESTA before going to America. You literally go on the government website and you'll be able to find it on there. You just literally have to fill out your details. They'll send you in an email the form, which you can print out, keep it with your passport, so when you land in Florida you can show it. Without it, you'll be screwed. Please make sure when filling out the forms you put every single name you have on the form. For example, your first, middle and last name. They are that strict that if you miss off your middle name, you ain't coming. I'm not joking. I've heard horror stories where people have been like held back because they missed their middle name off or something was misspelled. So just make sure you're filling that out super accurately. So number 9 is bags. When taking bags into a park at Disney, you're allowed to take your bag with you on the ride. I don't think any of them go upside down, so you can keep it like between your legs. You can keep it at your feet. You also need to consider the size of your bag. It can't be humongous. It's got to be a reasonable size to fit on the ride. So that's at Disney. Whereas Universal Studios, the rides are a lot more intense, so they provide you with lockers before joining the queue. These lockers are not massive. They're probably like small size locker where you could fit like an average size bag. For the lockers, you don't have to pay for them. You use your ticket to just scan and it will open one for you. You put your bag in, go on the ride, come back, scan your ticket, and it will open up the locker for you again. So that's ideal. You don't have to think about what am I going to do with my valuables, because you can keep them all in there. Leading on to my next tip, and that is head into Walmart, head into a supermarket before going to the parks for the day. Now you might think, oh, you're on holiday, like eat in the park. Yeah, I will. Sometimes it's nice to have a treat whilst you're in the park, but the majority of the time, me and Kyle will head to Walmart before going into the parks and we will grab ourselves a sandwich, we will grab ourselves crisps, a drink, sweets, snack, and we will put them all inside our rucksack so we have them there when we are in the park. Now, if you've never been to America before, a sandwich in Walmart, it's like a 1-foot-long Subway. I'm not joking, it's massive. So it's like perfect for the two of you. Now, you're gonna be saving a lot of money doing this. You can get this Subway for like a fraction of the price that you would buying a sandwich or a snack at Disney and Universal. You don't need to do it all the time. If you wanted to experience the foods in the park, absolutely go for it. But you are gonna be there all day from like morning till evening. So you're not going to want to be spending money on 3 meals a day every day for 14 days at the park, let me tell you. I'd rather be spending it on souvenirs. So that's something to consider as well when thinking about the kind of bag that you want to be taking into the park. I would recommend something like this that I'm going to put on the screen. Now, people go crazy for Loungefly bags, right, for Disney. You can pick some up similar in Primark, or you can check out Etsy for like Disney or Universal themed bag. That would be something to think about. Or you could just take a standard sports rucksack and that would be absolutely fine. So number 11 would be getting personalized t-shirts before going. So we were lucky enough to have given to us by my auntie and uncle 2 t-shirts. We both had one, me and Kyle, and they said like Frankie and Kyle's first time at Disney. Now when we wore these t-shirts to the park, the staff members would see this and you could get like extra magic and like preferential treatment. So we didn't have a fast pass for a ride that we were queuing in, and the staff member saw our t-shirts and asked us if it was our first time. She let us jump the queue and go to the front. Now I think that's worth it. Not only that, it looks so nice in photos as well. Like if you've got your personalized Disney t-shirts on, They're like got your name on it, so they're different to what anyone else is wearing in the park. I would highly recommend it. You should check out Etsy for something like that. That's a perfect website for personalized t-shirts. So that concludes the end of my tip video. I hope that it all made sense. I hope that someone watching this can make use of one of these tips that I've given you today, pieces of advice. We are amateur Florida, Orlando goers compared to some other people that have been every year and time again. I can't wait to go this year. It's going to be such a different experience for us the second time round, because we know exactly like what rides we want to go on, where we want to go, inside the parks and outside the parks. We like know what restaurants we want to eat at. I just feel like this time round it's going to have such a more chilled vibe for us, because we just know exactly what it is that we want to do. I can't wait for that. Also, I'm really excited about the villa that we're staying in. Due to 6 of us going, we have had to get a slightly bigger one, so we've all got a double bed, king size bed each. So that means for 3 couples, I think we've got a 5 or 6 bedroom villa. It's a 2-story villa, so it's gonna be next level. I'm gonna feel like a millionaire for the weeks that we're there, I think. Anyway, I can't wait to film my next Disney video in this series leading up to the holiday. So whilst we're in Orlando, I plan on vlogging at the parks every single day and uploading it, purely so I can document this amazing, incredible holiday and be able to look back on it in years to come. I just think it's going to be absolutely amazing. I think it also gives like a different spin on it, like from someone British, like a UK goer over in the park, because a lot of the videos you see are like from an American perspective and they're there every day. Like these people live in Florida, whereas like someone that is literally just there for 2 weeks making the absolute most of it. I just think that'll be really good to see. There are so many tips that like you could find out there, more than mine. Things you want to look into, like what's included in your tickets at the parks, like Disney orientated and then Universal orientated. Not only those aren't the only 2 parks that you have out there. You've got obviously the whole SeaWorld, Enterprise, Busch Gardens. There's just so much to do. This is just literally theme park related, and just make the most of it. Like if you're going for 2 weeks, it's gonna go so fast. There's so much to do. You're gonna be so busy. Just cram everything that you can whilst you're out there and you'll have an absolutely amazing time. So my next Orlando themed video is gonna be a what to pack in your suitcase. I can't wait to film that. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. I would absolutely love it if you could give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I've got so many good videos coming, so many like interesting videos that I think you'll all enjoy. So on that note, thank you so much for watching this video, and I look forward to seeing you again soon.